Have you ever felt it? That quiet hum beneath the surface of every interaction, a symphony of unspoken intentions and concealed truths that most people simply don't hear? You see the subtle shifts in eye contact, the forced smiles, the fleeting micro-expressions that betray a deeper, often less noble agenda. Perhaps you've grown weary of navigating a world where authenticity feels like a rare commodity, where you've given too much, trusted too easily, and paid the price for a kindness that was mistaken for naivete. This isn't about cynicism, it's about clarity. It's about understanding the intricate dance of human behavior, not as a performance you must applaud, but as a map you must learn to read. For too long, the narrative has pushed women to be open, vulnerable, to share and to connect at all costs. But what if your greatest strength, your most potent advantage, lies not in what you reveal, but in what you carefully, strategically withhold? What if your wisdom isn't found in your words, but in your silence, in your unparalleled ability to observe without being observed? We are not speaking of simple caution, nor the jaded resignation that can sometimes accompany decades of experience. This is a deliberate cultivation of what I call feminine dark intelligence, a profound, almost primal acuity that allows you to discern the genuine from the deceptive, to identify the threads of deceit before they weave into a trap, and to protect your invaluable time and energy from those who would drain it without a second thought. This is the art of becoming the fox, not by roaring like the lion, but by understanding the terrain, predicting the moves, and knowing exactly where to place your paw when no one else is even looking. It is a silent metamorphosis, a transformation from the readily visible to the strategically elusive, empowering you to navigate life as a sovereign entity, unshakable and truly free. Consider the power of peripheral vision, not just physically, but psychologically. When you position yourself not at the center of attention, but slightly to the side, you become an invisible cloak. People reveal their true selves not when they are performing for an audience, but when they believe they are unobserved, or when they feel so comfortable that their guard drops entirely. This is where the real data lies, not in the rehearsed statements, but in the unguarded gestures, the casual remarks, the telling omissions. Think of a bustling room, a social gathering, a corporate meeting. Most people are engaged in the eager clamor of self-promotion, vying for the spotlight, projecting an image they hope will impress. They speak to fill the silence, to assert their presence, to claim their space. But you, the woman who has mastered this dark intelligence, you are different. You are a silent anchor in the room, absorbing. You notice who gravitates towards whom, the subtle power dynamics playing out in the seating arrangements, the fleeting glances that convey alliances or animosities. You hear not just the words being spoken, but the intent behind them, the unspoken plea, the hidden agenda, the insecurity masked by bravado. This isn't an act of eavesdropping, it's an act of profound presence. It's about becoming a master of the cognitive blind spots of others. People often project their own beliefs and intentions onto those they deem less threatening or less perceptive. If they perceive you as quiet, agreeable, or simply not a direct competitor, they will reveal more than they ever intended. They will confirm their own biases about you, seeing what they expect to see, while you are collecting a treasure trove of invaluable intelligence. You become the quiet librarian in the corner, not ignored, but underestimated, allowing you access to stories and truths no one else suspects. This underestimation is your greatest strategic advantage. The art of strategic silence is perhaps your most potent weapon. In an age saturated with noise, where every opinion must be voiced and every thought shared, silence has become a profound act of defiance and power. When you choose to remain silent in a conversation, when you respond to an aggressive or manipulative statement with nothing but an enigmatic gaze, you create a vacuum, and human nature, abhorring a vacuum, will rush to fill it. People will talk more, they will justify, they will elaborate, they will inadvertently expose their true motivations, their fears, their weaknesses, simply to alleviate the discomfort of your stillness. Imagine a difficult negotiation, a tense family discussion, or an uncomfortable confrontation with a colleague. The natural instinct is to defend, to explain, to fill the space with your own narrative. But what if instead you asked a pointed question or made a simple, unadorned statement and then simply waited? What if you let the silence hang in the air, a palpable force reflecting their words back at them? The other person will often feel compelled to speak, to over-explain, to reveal information they would otherwise guard carefully. This is not passive aggression. It is active information gathering. It shifts the power dynamic decisively into your favor, making you the conductor of the conversation, even without uttering another word. Your silence becomes a mirror, reflecting their discomfort and their true nature. This brings us to the labyrinth of lies and your honed ability to navigate its treacherous paths. Identifying liars and traitors before they act is not about psychic ability. It's about meticulous observation and an understanding of human psychology. You become a seasoned detective, not of crime scenes, but of conversational landscapes, looking for the loose threads in the tapestry of their narrative. Pay close attention to inconsistencies. Liars struggle with cognitive load. They must not only construct a plausible story, but also remember it perfectly and simultaneously suppress the truth. This mental strain often manifests in subtle ways. Watch for delays in response time, even fractions of a second before they answer a direct question. Note shifts in their vocal tone, an unexpected rise in pitch, a slight tremor. Observe their eyes, not necessarily avoiding contact, but sometimes holding it too intensely, too fixedly, as if trying to overcompensate. Look for extraneous details that don't add value to the story, but serve to make it sound more credible. A common tactic to distract from the core deception. Their body language will betray them. Are they touching their face, rubbing their neck, fidgeting more than usual? These are often subconscious, self-soothing gestures that occur when under stress or feeling deceptive. Do their words and their gestures align? If someone says they are absolutely thrilled, but their shoulders are slumped and their mouth is barely upturned, you know their words are a performance. Develop a baseline for how people normally behave, then notice any deviations. This tell isn't a single universal sign, but a pattern of change unique to each individual when they are being dishonest. It's about seeing beyond the facade, recognizing the dissonance between their proclaimed reality and their true state. You are not judging, you are simply knowing. The metamorphosis silenciosa is not an overnight transformation. It is a profound journey of self-awareness and disciplined evolution. It involves shedding the ingrained societal expectations that have often conditioned women to be overtly agreeable, endlessly empathetic, and perpetually available. It means rejecting the nice girl syndrome, not to become unkind, but to become strategically kind, to reserve your boundless energy and compassion for those who truly deserve it, rather than squandering it on those who merely seek to exploit it. This metamorphosis is about embracing your shadow self, the parts of you that are discerning, strategic, and even a little formidable, which society may have told you to suppress. It's about recognizing that your intuition, that gut feeling you've learned to trust and regret when you didn't, is not just a vague sensation, but a sophisticated synthesis of countless micro-observations your subconscious has processed. It's about cultivating an internal locus of control, understanding that your value, your peace, and your power are inherent, not reliant on external validation or the fleeting approval of others. You become like a diamond, formed under immense pressure, polished by experience, and gleaming with an inner light that doesn't need external illumination. You learn to detach emotionally from outcomes that are beyond your direct control, understanding that true power comes not from reactivity, but from thoughtful, deliberate response. This isn't about becoming cold, it's about becoming centered, choosing your emotional investment with the precision of a master strategist. You learn to observe your own emotions, allowing them to inform you without letting them dictate your actions. And then there is the powerful strategy of the exiled queen, or the diamond in the rough. Many women who develop this level of dark intelligence often feel different, or even like outsiders. They see patterns others miss, they question narratives others accept, and this can sometimes lead to a sense of isolation. But this perceived exile is, in fact, your ultimate vantage point. Those who are deeply entrenched in the conventional social structures, those who are desperate for acceptance and validation, often lose their objectivity. They become susceptible to groupthink, to the subtle manipulations of their peers, to the allure of popularity over truth. As the queen observing her kingdom from a hidden, elevated vantage point, you gain unparalleled clarity. You are not beholden to anyone's expectations, nor swayed by fleeting trends or emotional storms. Your value is intrinsic, not dependent on being understood or even seen by the masses. Like a rare diamond, you may not be appreciated by all, but your worth is undeniable to those discerning few who recognize true depth and brilliance. This self-sufficiency, This quiet confidence in your own judgment becomes a protective shield and an undeniable source of strength. You no longer need to chase approval, you simply exist in your power, radiating a quiet authority that commands respect without demanding it. You realize that your greatest alliances are formed with those who recognize and appreciate your true, often hidden depth, not with those who are drawn to superficial displays. It is crucial to understand that this dark intelligence is not a tool for malice, but for mastery. It is not about manipulating others for nefarious gain, but about protecting your sacred space, your precious time, your emotional well-being, and your strategic interests. It is about discerning genuine connection from opportunistic overtures, about navigating complex relationships and challenging environments with grace and impenetrable strength. It's about preventing harm before it occurs, about understanding the game so profoundly that you can choose not to play by arbitrary rules, but to create your own. It's the ultimate form of self-preservation and empowered living. This path requires courage, the courage to see things as they truly are, not as you wish them to be. It demands discipline, the discipline to observe, to listen, to process, and to respond strategically, rather than react emotionally. It cultivates an undeniable aura of quiet power, a depth that draws in those worthy of your attention and subtly repels those who would diminish you. You become not just wise, but formidable. You become the woman who understands that true power often resides in the shadows, in the unspoken, in the subtle currents beneath the surface, far from the blinding glare of the spotlight. You are the architect of your own peace, the guardian of your own truth, the sovereign of your own destiny. If this resonates with the quiet knowing in your soul, if you recognize these truths not as new information but as a confirmation of what you've always instinctively felt, then you are not alone. You are part of a growing circle, a collective of women who are choosing to reclaim their power, to embrace their profound perceptiveness, and to navigate the world with a sophisticated strategic intelligence that refuses to be overlooked or underestimated. We are women who have seen enough, learned enough, and are now ready to build a new paradigm of strength and sovereignty. This is an invitation to step fully into your quiet power, to sharpen your discernment, and to join a community of women who understand the profound elegance of strategic silence and the unshakable strength of true, self-possessed wisdom. If you are ready to embrace your silent metamorphosis, to wield your dark intelligence not as a weapon, but as an impenetrable shield and an unmatched compass, then it's time to connect. It's time to gather, to share, to deepen this understanding, and to solidify our collective resolve to live lives of undeniable purpose and unshakable grace. Let us forge a pact of resistance, a covenant of women in Alteravel who choose to move through the world not as unsuspecting players, but as the quiet, knowing architects of their own magnificent realities. Join us.